Freedom Day celebrations in Bloemfontein were momentarily interrupted when a man allegedly tried to approach and attack President Cyril Ramaphosa and Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture Gaten McKenzie while they were on stage. Security personnel acted swiftly, preventing the situation from escalating and restoring order within moments. Meanwhile, President Cyril Ramaphosa has issued a firm and carefully balanced call for unity, urging South Africans to reject xenophobia while addressing concerns around illegal migration through lawful means. Delivering his Freedom Day address at the Dr. Randlai Molomela Stadium in Bloemfontein, Ramaphosa spoke against the backdrop of rising tensions and recent attacks targeting foreign nationals in parts of the country, including Durban, Cape Town, and East London. The violence has already drawn diplomatic concern, with countries such as Ghana and Nigeria lodging formal complaints. In a speech that blended historical reflection with present-day urgency, President Cyril Ramaphosa reminded citizens that South Africa's hard-won freedom was not achieved in isolation. And we did not walk alone into freedom. We were carried by a tide of solidarity from the nations of Africa, among many others. He painted a vivid picture of the continent's role during the liberation struggle, highlighting how African nations provided refuge, resources, and a voice for South Africans when they were silenced under apartheid. According to the president, that shared history places a moral obligation on the country today. As these countries opened their borders to our liberation fighters, they shared their bread and their homes. They spoke for us when we could not speak for ourselves. The leaders and people of Africa kept our struggle alive. Against his historical backdrop, Ramaphosa warned that acts of violence and discrimination against foreign nationals betray the very principles that underpinned South Africans' liberation, and said it cannot be and it must never be that we trample into the dust the African fellowship that made our freedom possible. At the same time, President Ramaphosa acknowledged growing frustration among citizens regarding illegal migration, unemployment, and pressure on public services. However, he stressed that these concerns must not be allowed to evolve into hostility or prejudice, and said we are people who live the value of Ubuntu. We should never allow the legitimate concerns of our communities about illegal migration to breed prejudice towards our fellow South Africans. Instead, he called for a measured and a lawful response, making it clear that the responsibility to enforce immigration laws lies with the state, not with individuals or communities acting outside the law, and that we must not allow these concerns to give rise to xenophobia directed towards people from other African countries or any parts of the world. We must insist that the law be upheld and enforced. Ramaphosa also outlined steps being taken by government to tighten immigration controls and address systematic weaknesses. He pointed to efforts aimed at cracking down on undocumented migration, as well as targeting businesses that exploit the system by employing undocumented workers, and said we are clamping down on illegal migration and on businesses that flood our laws by hiring undocumented persons at the expense of our citizens. Beyond enforcement, the president acknowledged the persistent issue of corruption within the immigration system, which he said government is actively working to eliminate, and said we are actively rooting out corruption in our immigration system. In a clear warning, Ramaphosa cautioned against vigilantism and any attempts by citizens to take matters into their own hands, emphasizing that such actions undermine the rule of law and threaten social stability, and said we will not allow people to take the law into their own hands. Despite the firm stance on enforcement, Ramaphosa reaffirmed South Africa's commitment to hospitality and human dignity, noting that those who come into the country should be treated with respect, while also respecting local laws, and said we extend hospitality to those who are guests in our country, with the expectation that generosity is honored with respect for our society and its laws. Closing his address, the president returned to the broader moral responsibility South Africa carries on the continent and globally. He framed the fight against xenophobia not only as a domestic issue, but as part of the country's constitutional and historical duty, and said, as a nation that defeated colonialism and apartheid through international solidarity, we carry a responsibility to advance constitutional values beyond our borders. His remarks come at a critical moment as South Africa grapples with the dual challenge of maintaining social cohesion while addressing legitimate economic and migration pressures, a balance that continues to test the country's democratic ideals. Meanwhile, the acting Minister of Police, Prof. Feroz Kachelia, has also strongly condemned attacks and threats against Ghanaians and other foreign nationals in South Africa and stated that these actions are illegal and go against the country's values of equality, dignity, and human rights, and that no one is allowed to take the law into their own hands. The ministry warns that xenophobia, violence, looting, and intimidation will not be tolerated. SAPS has been told to act quickly and anyone involved will be arrested and taken to court. The public is urged to stay calm, avoid division, and work together with leaders and organizations to stop violence and promote peace.
The incident really showed the crisis that South Africa is facing, because from a citizen point of view, once government is failing, South Africans take the law into their own hands. That is why in many areas we are going to have community policing forums. Those community policing forums, it is because the SAPS in those particular areas has failed to curb crime, to curb any form of lawlessness. In this particular case, you've got a failure of government to enforce immigration laws. And because it affects people as they live in the areas whereby they reside, they run businesses, they try and find work, they take it upon themselves to say, look, let us enforce the laws because we know what the law is saying. We know what the government is failing in terms of enforcing the laws, therefore the people stepped in. On the second aspect of things, once Ghana issued that statement, I read that statement, and for me, what I picked up, the interest of the Ghanaian government is the welfare and the well-being of Ghanaians in Ghana and everywhere else. Meaning Ghana is very clear about ensuring that their citizens are prioritized regardless whether they're in Ghana or elsewhere in the world. However, when you find that discussion happening in South Africa, the South African government is somewhat timid, it's somewhat afraid to prioritize the interests of South African citizens, which is what I was advocating for, that South African government must really learn from other countries that prioritize the interests of their own citizens.
That's a take on this one, people. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.